friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm joined yet again by my sister Emma. So we are going to do a video where we talk about things that we wish were in the Harry Potter films. So things that were in the book but weren't in the films. So yeah, grab your beverage of choice and let's get into it. Okay, I think I'm going to go first. I think we're just going to go like one by one. So like I'll say one of my things, we'll talk about it, and then Emma will say one of her things. She's just insulted my list and said it's like really small. So that's nice. But you know what? I think good things come in small packages, and I think we're still going to have a lot to talk about, so it's fine.
I just made mine there and mine's longer.
Nothing like about a last minute cramming. And obviously this is like in an ideal world, right? Like we understand that if everything that was in the book were in the movies would be like 10 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, so I get it. I'm not coming for anybody. Yeah, we get
It's
it.
okay, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, don't panic. This is just like in an ideal world, if it was possible. So my first thing that always, and this one I actually am going to come for them on this one.
I agree.
Because it's simple. It could have been done in one scene. Is the fact that in the books, Harry Potter, when he wins the Triwizard Tournament, he gets... In fact, in the movie, they don't even say they're going to get a prize.
No,
they don't even talk about there being prize
eternal
money.
glory.
Eternal glory. You don't die. That's your prize.
Yeah.
No, but like in the books, they get... I can't remember how much it is. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, the cash prize.
It's cash money. It's a cash prize that you get for winning the Triwizard Tournament. So in the book there's this cash prize up for grabs, which obviously like Harry doesn't need because Harry's got the coin, you know what I mean? He's alright. So when he wins, he's like, well, I don't really know what to do with all this money.
Yeah.
And he actually gives it to the Weasley twins, Fred and George, so that they can open their joke shop, which I think says so much about Harry.
And I think they could have done it in a nice way, because if they were not wanting to do it to not seem like Harry was being Flash, it could have been done in a nice way, because I'm sure he just gives it to them.
He
on
literally
the train.
Casually hands it to them. Like it's not a big deal.
And
he literally I think he literally says like, well, I don't know what I would do with it, so you may as well take it. Like it's very like
here you go.
Chill. It's not him being a pure,
you
know what I mean, wanting all the glory and wanting to be like that. And he doesn't do it in front of anyone. It's literally private. I don't even think Ron knows.
No, I don't think so either. I want to say he literally does just hand it to them when he's leaving somewhere, like the carriage or something.
I think so, because the Weasleys, do they not talk about how did Fred and George manage to like get all this money to set up their shop? So I think...
I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, definitely that is how it happens anyway. He does just...
And I just think like that just shows like, I don't know, another layer of Harry. Like he's so kind, like, and he wants his best friends, like brothers, to like
be successful
do good.
And do that, yeah.
Sorry, Mooka is really wanting to be involved in this video. Yeah, like I just think, I don't know, I just think that's so altruistic and really, really nice of Harry.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I just think, do you know, I think it could have been a scene right at the end of that fourth film. Literally right at the end, maybe as they're getting off the train from Hogwarts, Harry literally just hands them it and it's like,
because even if you just seen it, like you're like, oh, okay.
So anyway, yeah, I wish they'd had that in. Okay, let's do one of yours, Emma.
That was on my list as well.
Okay, good.
So add a list of characters and creatures I wish were also included, and then other. So we'll start with my characters and creatures. Charlie.
I know, Charlie Weasley.
Where is he?
Is he okay?
He's missing. He's missing in action. Why is he not in it? And there's a bit as well, like when Hagrid has his dragon, it's Charlie that comes and gets it.
Yeah.
You get him on the roof of like...
And it's Charlie that gives the dragons for the Triwizard Tournament.
Yeah.
But you never see him.
But we see too much Percy, frankly.
We can see less of Percy.
Yeah, we see like Billy, and I don't really give a
Bill.
About Bill.
Billy.
But is it Billy?
No, it's just Bill. It's Bill Weasley. It's not Billy.
Billy? Oh, okay.
Pretty sure they never call him Billy.
Well,
but okay.
We're on closer terms. But yeah, like you see him and I'm like, okay, pop off, but where's Charlie? You tell me Charlie doesn't help at the end?
I know.
I know he's the one that gets like all like the creatures and stuff and like to help fight in the army at the end, but like we still don't see him.
I know, that is odd.
That's so weird.
Where is he? I don't know. No, good question. Charlie, you okay? You okay, hon?
Reach out.
Reach out. Comment below.
We're below if you're seeing this.
Right, so yeah, my second one is basically the whole Marauders backstory and the fact that like Lupin literally used the Shrieking Shack, or was the Shrieking Shack built for him?
Yeah,
it was purpose built for him, wasn't it? Yeah. So like the Marauders backstory, so obviously in the third one we see like the Marauders map. I don't even think that Harry figures out that who they are.
No, I don't think so. Not until later. Much later.
Yeah, but never in the films.
No, he does.
He
know
doesn't?
the films.
No, he
He doesn't
doesn't.
talk about it out loud, but he must know.
Okay, well, how could we know that if he doesn't say it out loud?
Because he starts calling Sirius Padfoot.
That's true, but they don't have a scene where Harry literally puts it
Actually,
together.
yeah, no, they don't.
And it's like, oh right, Wormtail, that was Peter Pettigrew, like
yeah.
Padfoot's Sirius Black, my dad was Prongs, and Lupin is Mooney.
Yeah,
like,
no, they don't. But he does know, but yeah, they don't talk about it.
Obviously in the book though it is a big thing, because
especially for kids that are watching that part, they'd be
like, what? What's he talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I just think that's such an interesting thing, and that's also like a way that Harry gets to know more about his dad. So it's really important.
I think so too. I do agree.
And also, why I think it's really important is how close Peter Pettigrew was with him.
Yeah,
like the fact that he was involved in that, like the fact that
his name's on the map. Yeah.
Became animaguses together, which is also so sweet because Lupin obviously is a werewolf.
Yeah.
And they so his three best friends decided, well, we'll actually work really hard and like become animaguses so that you're not alone.
Do they become animaguses or do they just transfigure?
No, they're animagus.
Yeah. Okay.
Like 100% sure. Yeah, because Sirius never needs a spell to. He just.
No, Sirius is.
Yeah, I'm sure they all are.
Oh yeah, so they must all be.
Sure they all are. Well, yeah, because obviously Wormtail like literally lives as a rat.
Yeah.
For like 10 years.
I know. There's bits of the book that I'm like, I just can't remember.
No, I remember that really vividly because I do remember like.
It's really cute.
It is really sweet.
Although Peter Pettigrew was fucking tiny compared to the rest of them. If you're running through the woods,
he's just on one of their backs.
Dying.
I just imagine he's strapped to one of them or something. I just wish they'd had that in the films. I just think it's such an interesting backstory, especially the part about like the Shrieking Shack being built so that Lupin could go, like, because that all obviously makes sense when you realise like the Whomping Willow is literally placed where it is, so that no one else can get through to the Shrieking Shack.
Yeah.
So Lupin can just go when he's going to transform into a werewolf, be in the Shrieking Shack, and then people always say like, oh, you hear howls coming from it.
Yeah, and it's like haunted.
But that was him transforming and being a werewolf, so like that's where the howls and screams were coming from. Like that's so interesting. It is so interesting. Like why?
I know. And the fact that is in it, but never explained as odds. That the fact that they did put it in it, but they never explained it again.
Just didn't expand on it. And again, I know they don't have time to expand.
I know.
But still annoying.
But no, I agree.
Okay, do you want to do your next one?
Yeah. So I will do another character, Winky.
I know Winky the house elf. Was that a girl?
I think so.
Yeah. Because I feel like there was like could have been Dobby's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like we were not confirmed, but like
I just like.
Yeah, she was cute.
And then I feel like as well she led you to other parts of the castle and stuff like that as well.
The house elves were a much bigger thing in
even Dobby was a bigger. One of my points is that Dobby was a way bigger part as well in it.
I think like I'm going to relate this into one that I can see we've both put in our list, and that is Spew.
Spew.
So, what does that stand for? The Society of the Protection of Elvish Welfare? I think that's it.
Yeah.
So it's basically an organisation that Hermione Granger, which by the way, feminist activist, like love that, that she just creates because she gets upset about how the house elves are treated just treated in general, but in Hogwarts, like how they're always there. Because we don't even know that.
No, you don't even know that they're the ones making the foods and
they're the ones slaving away in the kitchen. See that feast that they all enjoy? They get all
elves.
House elves. You're welcome. Like,
because oh my god, that just reminded me of another thing. That Professor McGonagall's the one that enchants the plates and the drinks to keep refilling.
Oh yeah.
So they're the ones that make it, but she's the one that enchants it so that it can keep doing that.
But yeah, like they just put so much work in.
Yeah,
they really don't get the credit for it. So Hermione creates this SPEW, but obviously the acronym or whatever it's called, the Spew. Unfortunate. To like fight for like house elves' rights and stuff, and I just love that. I just think that is queen shit right there. Yeah.
I agree. And she does that while she's doing Ron's homework.
Oh yeah.
And her own homework.
Yeah, because she's not doing enough.
No.
She's got to fight for the
elves.
elves.
And doing her time travelling to do every class.
I know. Such a queen.
Yeah.
So yeah, SPW and the house elves could have been a bigger thing in the movies, ideally. Okay, I'll do one of mine. So Neville, the prophecy about Neville, and also in I think it's maybe the 5th or 6th book when we meet his parents in the asylum.
Yeah, I wrote that as well.
So sad though. I kind of do understand why they didn't put that in because wow, it's really rough. So obviously the prophecy that they're looking for in the later films, is a prophecy that Professor Trelawney, isn't it? That she kind of gave about how like none could live while the others survived, like talking about like Harry and Voldemort. But in the book, they weren't always clear who this child was because she says a child born at the end of July, but Neville and Harry share the same birthday, the same year, same date, like they're the same age.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 31st of July. Pretty sure. So that's why they don't actually know if it is Harry or Neville that the prophecy's talking about. Like, I just think that is really interesting.
Yeah.
Adds so much to Neville's character, and I just feel like it would be cool. So yeah, basically, anyway, that's the prophecy, and then can't remember what book it is, they go to this, I'm calling it an asylum, that might not be correct.
No, it's the, what is it?
It's like a mental health institute, basically.
Yeah.
It's a mental health institution. I can't remember what it's called either. But Gilderoy Lockhart's in there as well.
Yeah, I've wrote about that as well.
Because I always remember that. But it's very sad because Neville's parents are there. So they're not dead, they're in this like asylum. But they don't know who he is, do they?
Neville's visiting them and he doesn't, And
actually, I'm like, no, quite glad they didn't put that in the film because
it's tough. But it's also really funny as well because Gilderoy's there.
And Gilderoy
is a really sad bit, it's really funny because he's there.
There's like comedic relief, and I would have loved it if he'd made the comeback in the films.
And obviously there's that wee Easter egg at the end of one of the films when he's like released that book and he doesn't know who he is. Is it called like Who Am I or something?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it's right at the end of one of the films.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
So they do have a filmed little Easter egg bit that has that, but yeah, that bit when they go to the hospital is really interesting. And don't they learn something from Gilderoy?
Yeah.
He says something, I can't remember what, but he says something.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I do kind of get it. I think it would be wrenchingly, traumatizingly sad. Anyway, you do one of yours next.
Okay, so Sarah said this was a good one. So Rita Skeeter being an Animagus beetle.
Oh yeah, she's a beetle. Yeah. I totally forgot she was an Animagus. Yeah. I had completely forgot
I just really remembered. Okay, I could be remembering this wrong, but I feel like there's a bit, and it's something to do with Hermione, and
she's like, how could she have known that?
Yeah, it's like she sat where Hermione is and she's heard something Hermione's doing.
Yes.
Can't remember, but it's
you're right.
And that's how she writes.
Yeah, because Hermione's like, there's no way she could have known that.
But
it's because she was a little beetle
scuttling about.
I was just going to say scuttling in, listening. Yeah, like that. I know that's really interesting. She's a little beetle, like
and she has so beetle energy.
She has beetle energy, and that's how she is, I guess, such a great journalist because she can literally just scuttle in and listen to people and then report back.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was a really good one. Okay, so my next one is a fun one, and it is the Death Day Party.
Oh my god, I was going to write that, but I kind of thought you would. So
yeah, the Death Day Party. So this is in book 2, and it's basically just the ghosts just have a Death Day party for like, is it one of them? The date that they died,
yeah,
or is it just
I think it is.
The fact that they're all dead. And they're just
I think it's like a birthday.
It's Sir Nicholas.
It's his birthday. That they
Not nearly headless Nick. Emma, call him his proper name. That is so rude.
I know.
Sir Nicholas. They have a death day party for him. So it's like the day he died, and they have a party. And it just, I remember reading it in the second book, and I was like, whoa, that's so funny. This is so cool. Like. So they're all in, I feel like it's like the bottom, not maybe the dungeon, maybe it is in the dungeons?
I'm not sure.
It's like down like below, maybe in like the basement or whatever of Hogwarts, and it's just all the ghosts having this like...
Shindig?
Yeah, shindig, like just partying.
I know.
And I just thought, that'd be so cool. I kind of think maybe the reason they didn't do it is because probably very expensive.
Yeah, there are things where I'm like, okay, special effects. Yeah. That's probably why like Winky isn't in it and Dobby's not in it as much. Like, special effects.
CGI and all that. And to be honest, it didn't really add anything to the story. It would just have been a cool scene. Like, it would just be something that I'd like to see, but not really necessary. And it shows you
as well how close they were to the like ghosts.
Yeah, the ghosts are really not as big a thing in the films as they are.
No, they're not. And especially like, I mean, like I keep swearing. The politics with the ghosts as well, being so scared of like the bloody Baron and stuff like that.
That's right, yeah.
And so I like the politics and I like
it's interesting.
And then obviously that's how then like in the last movies when like Luna's pure close to the Grey Lady and stuff.
Helena? Yeah. I think so. This is another one of mine. I don't know if you've put it in. Oh, you have put it in as well. So, but it relates to the ghosts. So we both wrote Peeves. Peeves in the books is a poltergeist and he's always causing trouble. But actually, Peeves reveals a lot about Hogwarts to them. So Peeves is the way that they learn, and especially Fred and George. I feel like Fred and George always learn stuff from Peeves,
like following about and then him doing stuff.
Like they learn like secret passageways, or just Peeves is just an interesting one. And I was saying to Emma last night, she didn't know this, that they actually had an actor playing Peeves, and they like filmed scenes and stuff like that, and then for whatever reason just decided, nah, we're not going to use it. I know, so I don't know if it was just a money thing or they just were, I don't know what the reason was.
I wonder if they just thought it would be too, I know it's literally a film about wizards, but I wonder if they thought it would be too like not serious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because obviously it's meant to be very jestery, like...
Yeah, he's a poltergeist, so
like...
he's a trickster.
I know, it's interesting.
But he's a really funny character in the book though. Like he's in
the games as well. That's why I was like, he's in the games and he's so good in the games.
Yeah. And he makes up wee songs about people, like, so see if something, I don't know, embarrassing's happened in the school, he pure sings about it.
You're like, really God, that's so embarrassing.
Like you pure roast all the students.
Yeah, he literally does. It's so funny. Icon. And teachers as well. And no one's safe.
Yeah, no one is safe. So yeah, I kind of was like, it's interesting that I just thought it was interesting that they had an actor and they literally filmed the scenes.
That's crazy. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty much at the end of my list, so I guess you just pick one more thing or two more things from your list.
Right. Well, I think Hagrid's whole story is missing. The fact that obviously he did get expelled and his wand got broke.
Yeah.
And it's in his umbrella. So obviously you see him casting magic through his umbrella. And you're like, okay. But there's never ever explains that that's what his wand does.
No, that's true.
Ever.
You know he gets expelled. Well, you assume he gets expelled because of the Aragog thing and... But yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they never explain it.
It's just like Hagrid's just using an umbrella.
Yeah, and then obviously like that's why he loves Dumbledore so much, because it was Dumbledore that done that for him, and it was Dumbledore that said he could still live in the grounds and be the groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Which obviously normally if you were expelled you'd be gone.
But Dumbledore knew he didn't.
I know.
Like they knew Aragog wasn't the monster.
Yeah, and with that I feel like that's just, there's details about certain characters like the squibs and stuff like that. Like, so obviously people sometimes I think squibs, thought that Hagrid was a squib even though he wasn't. Yeah. Because he could use his magic, and then obviously like
I mean squibs aren't even discussed in the films at all.
Like someone gets called a squib. Yeah. Yeah, they call the woman a squib, the one that speaks at the
the hearing. So a squib is someone that is born from magical parents, like so both your parents be a witch and a wizard, whatever, but you're born with no magical ability. It's quite sad. I'd be really sad.
Filch,
Filch is a squib.
And he actually in the books as well, he's trying to learn, isn't he? He has books that they find at one point and I'm trying to learn me stuff, because they can get better, I think.
Yeah,
I think they can.
They just don't. They're not naturally born with the ability. So it's actually really sad.
Right, see what else I said. Well, Ginny's personality missing.
Yeah. Ginny's personality MIA.
Missing.
Where is it?
That's one. That's a side note. We don't need to get to that because actually I'm a real big Ginny hater.
Yeah. You are a Ginny hater.
Let's see. And then I was just saying overall just details, like there's loads of characters you interact with in the books that you don't, and I know like I feel like they did really always just be the three of them. Yeah. Whereas like there was stuff like Dobby gives like Harry the Gillyweed.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right.
Or tells him where to get it or something like that, and then like there's stuff that other characters tell him, and then like just details like the passageways, like mind up here you need to tickle to get to the kitchen.
No, like, I always think of the one-eyed witch passageway, and they do talk about it in the third one, because Fred and George say like the one-eyed witch passageway will take you to Honeydukes, but you never see it. I really wanted to see it, like for whatever reason.
And then as well, like I love in the third one when obviously like Don French, like the paintings and all interacting, like that's such a good scene and such a memorable scene. So I'm like
Sir Cadogan.
Oh my god, yeah.
And they do film a scene with Sir Cadogan.
Yeah.
So Sir Cadogan is like a knight in one of the paintings, and he's really silly, and he's just always like
a drunk, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. He's just always at it. But he's really funny in the books. Like he just always like says things that aren't really true or aren't right or whatever, or gives people false information. But there is a scene, I think I might have sent you it on TikTok, where McGonagall is talking to Sir Cadogan after Sirius Black has broken into the dormitory. And she's trying to ask him what happened, and he's being silly and stuff like that. So there is a scene, but again they just cut it, and maybe it was just time, like maybe whatever. But I know
I would love them to release like a huge,
10
everything, just like, everything they ever filmed in order. I don't even care if it's minced, edited,
no colour
grading, like literal cuts, and I don't care. I just want to see it.
People laughing in it, I don't care. I would the same. I would watch that as well. But yeah, I think these have been good. I've enjoyed this. There's probably so many more. I actually need to go back and read. I have been rereading them, but I've still to reread the last couple, like the Half-Blood Prince onwards.
I've never reread the last few.
Neither have I. No, that's what I mean.
Ever. I haven't. And I think that's crazy.
I know. I've read 1 to 4 more times than I could even
I think count. I've read 1 to 4 twice, which isn't even that many times.
So many times. Yes.
I've also read them more recently than you in general.
Yeah. I know, I was literally a child as they were coming out, but yeah. So yeah, maybe we should reread like the last couple, and then because I feel like there's loads in the last book that wasn't in the films, which is amazing considering they made 2 films.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like Dumbledore's brother, I feel like he was a way bigger thing.
And like his sister.
I'm
sure there's way more about Tom Riddle as well. Like I can't even remember specific things, but there's way more stuff about his like upbringing and stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this. If you have any things that you wish were in the Harry Potter films that aren't, then leave them in the comments below, and yeah, we'll hopefully do another video like this really soon. Thanks for being here, Emma. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!